everybody today. Welcome to our plant-based class. Today we are going to be making a Greek chickpea soup. A couple weeks ago when I was here, someone asked when I'd do a soup again, and soup season is almost over. I know we've got our fall spring going on out there. Don't get too comfortable because the weather is about to shift right back to that snowy season. So I decided to do a vegan-friendly soup today just because I wanted to get some soups in before soup season. So the first thing our recipe tells us to do is dice our celery, carrots, and onions. In our recipe, it did call for 2 carrots. We just happen to have baby carrots in-house, so we went ahead and used baby carrots instead of a regular full-size carrots, and I went ahead and cut those into little rondelles. I think it looks better in a soup, gives you a little bit more contrast than everything being in a dice, so I made the decision to just cut it into those rondelles. So first thing that we need to do is go ahead and get our stove on. This is the front. Ooh, that's the back. All right, we're gonna go ahead and put our stove on a medium to high heat. The first step we are going to do is add a little bit of olive oil in our pot and add the diced onions, cook for a couple minutes until they are translucent. We don't wanna brown the onions in this recipe. It just, when you're making a soup, brown onions don't look pretty in a soup, so you don't wanna take them to a brown stage or a burnt stage, as I sometimes call it. So gonna go ahead and get our little bit of olive oil in this pot. The recipe didn't really say how much olive oil, so I'm gonna guesstimate about a tablespoon of olive oil will go into your pot to cook your onions. Remember, before you put anything in a pot, you wanna make sure that oil is hot. You don't want the oil to absorb into your food. You want it to coat your food nicely while it's cooking. So we're gonna wait just a few moments to go ahead and let our pot get hot.
You're right. Get hot.
Yeah, I hear that.
So I think I'm just now realizing this is an induction stove too.
Good.
As soon as I lifted that pot up, the burner went away. So I think this is an induction stove too. It just works a little bit different than the one we have, because I was like, wait, I thought it was on, but as soon as I put it back on, the red restarted. So, all right, we're gonna go ahead and check and see. We went ahead and only did 1 times our recipe today. We don't have so many members in the crowd, so I decided to just do 1 times the recipe as not waste ingredients. That really didn't get in the grease. It kind of hopped around the grease, but not quite there yet. Let me go ahead, get our heat a little bit higher. Oh yeah. Oh no, I'm fine. I've got plenty of room. I'm used to working in kitchens with tight space. You're always got other people around you, so you usually kind of hug to the equipment that you're working with so that you're not running people over, right, Miss Dory? You gotta stay out of the way of traffic when you're working in the kitchen. You can see now those onions are starting to sizzle in there, so we can go ahead and add the rest of our onions into our pot.
Yeah.
That's sort of like a Tuscan soup or Tuscan.
Yeah.
Do the,
Oh, this?
yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead and give them a nice little stir around to get our onions coated in that oil. Just want to make sure my pot's not too high and burning up over here for us. After that, we will add the rest of our veggies, the carrots and the celery. The spinach that is in this recipe will not go in until the end. If you know anything about spinach, it cooks really quickly and wilts really quickly. So you put it in the end so it doesn't kind of just disintegrate in your soup, I guess is the words I'm looking for. So have you guys been doing anything outside with the beautiful weather and stuff? Spending any time out
Just
there
walking,
yet?
that's it.
Yeah, just.
You said just working?
Walking.
Oh, walking. Well, that's
After
good.
work.
Yeah, that's a lovely thing to do this time of year. I know
Right.
today at work when I went to lunch, I was like, I'm gonna go sit outside. We have a little bench out front of the Elston side of the kitchen. I was like, let me go sit outside for a few minutes,
Oh,
just get some
yeah.
fresh air.
Yeah.
You know, those winter blues kick in and you just stay in the house all the time because you don't, and we've had a tough winter this year, so we definitely, I'm looking forward for the real spring to get here. We've got, looks like a few more weeks of cold, maybe a little snow coming on Sunday, Monday, but hopefully nothing extreme, nothing worse than what we've already dealt with this winter season, because it's been a rough one. And there is one thing in this recipe that we happen to be missing was bay leaves. I thought for sure with all our spices we would have them. Still gonna, it gives it a little more of an earthy flavor, but when you make it at home, you can add the bay leaves. I just don't happen to have any in-house today, and I figured it wasn't a true emergency of me having somebody scrounge up some bay leaves for me. So, all right, I think our onions are looking nice and soft and translucent, so we can move on to our, yeah, it says 2 to 3 minutes in the recipe, and with this being an induction stove,
I know. 'Cause mine
it
seem
gets
like it's
hotter.
forever.
Yeah. All right, so we are gonna go ahead and add our carrot, or our celery, sorry, that's celery, not a carrot. And our carrots. And we are gonna go ahead and cook this an additional 3 to 5 minutes until those veggies start to soften up. Does anybody know what celery, onions, and carrots in a soup is called? What the French term for that is? Mirepoix. Mirepoix. So that's what those 3 items are called. So usually most soups are gonna have a mirepoix base with the celery, carrots, and onions. So.
Oh, nice.
This one, just like a lot of the recipes I pick, is a fairly easy thing. For me, I find soups should be fairly easy. It's just a matter of step by step getting everything into the pot. So it shouldn't be too complicated. And I do love that you guys are going home and reproducing these recipes.
I know, you've done almost every one of them, haven't you?
Not the mushroom taco.
Oh,
I gotta buy that yet.
You didn't do that one, or do you want to do that
Oh,
one?
yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
I'm glad you guys like those. I know some people don't care for mushrooms. Some people at that class were a little skeptical of the mushroom tacos, but yeah. I don't know, like I said, those portobellas just give you the idea that you are eating meat. They've got that flavor, that texture, so it definitely was I definitely enjoyed it. I'm just throwing carrots all over today.
I make them though.
No, we know you.
Somebody wants to make them for you?
Is there anything? Yeah, I don't know if we could do those in the crock pot. Those mushrooms would be disintegrated by the time you. I think maybe you should look into an Instapot. I really think that you might fall in
I
love.
might look into it and then look away.
Okay.
I don't have one either, so.
I never dealt with Instapots until
What
I've
is the
started.
difference between the Instapot and a
It cooks so much quicker.
It does. Okay.
It could, yeah. So
It's not like that thing that can blow off. What was it?
yeah, it is a pressure cooker. It does have a pressure cooker mode to it.
A friend of mine, gosh, back probably in the 70s, 80s.
Yeah. These are a little different because they're now electrical and you plug them in and all that sort of thing. But I do have one of those old school pressure cookers at home. I don't think it has the gauge any longer that's supposed to detect the pressure, but my students use them and don't injure themselves. They are actually very safe. They have valves that you turn to release the pressure before you open the lid and stuff. But a lot of times at school, we like to use them if we have like a order for pulled pork or something like that. You can cook a pork roast in like 30, 45 minutes in one of those. I used to be so skeptical. Yeah, I see your face. I used to be very skeptical until I saw it for myself, saw how it worked, and it actually turns out fairly good.
You know, that sounds like a good recipe for us on family night, barbecue pulled pork. How's that, everybody?
I think I would need a little more time and or to pre-cook the pork before I got here, because unless I maybe bring an Instapot in one day to show you guys how they work. That could be feasible too. So maybe one of our family, I have a place I can borrow one from.
Are they very expensive?
I've never bought one. Honestly, I don't think they are, but I've never purchased one personally.
And they have different sizes?
Yeah, different size, different like 5 quart, 7 quart, whatever. Yeah, just like a crock pot, you can get it in different sizes. I mean, it's just veggies in that pot, but it just smells so good.
It does smell good.
Not sorry, I don't mean to demean veggies or anything, but there's no seasoning or anything in that pot is what I was meaning.
I haven't eaten lunch, so I'm pretty hungry.
Yeah, I understand. My son borrowed my car today while I was at work so he could go fishing.
Oh, you did?
So I was stuck at the school and I was like, oh, I have no lunch. So I have not eaten yet today either.
I had breakfast today.
Yeah, I'm not big on breakfast. Once in a while, I'll be hungry and roll through a fast food or something on my way to work. But I just have never been big on eating when I first wake up. I just have no appetite in the morning.
Well, I don't eat first thing either. I wake up, I come in here and eat. So
Yeah, well,
3 hours.
bagel.
I wake up in just enough time usually to get up and go. And for school days, I'm usually up much earlier because I've got my 14-year-old that I got to get up, and I drop him off at the bus stop before I head to work myself. So now that our vegetables are ready, I know you guys can't quite see the stove. That is kind of what you're looking for. Your celery and your carrots have started to soften. So now we are going to go ahead and add all of our seasonings. We have oregano, granulated garlic, black pepper, granulated onion powder, and sea salt or kosher salt.
Wait a minute, what do you mean granulated garlic powder?
So
It's not.
it's just garlic powder.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, it's just
not
a
the
fancy.
fresh, okay.
Yeah, it's not the fresh today. This recipe called for the powder like you would buy in a spice
Okay.
section at the store rather than a clove of garlic chopped up.
Okay.
If you have fresh garlic at home and you would like to use it, you would use double the amount that your recipe calls for. So if you're ever working with a recipe that calls for a fresh spice and you don't have it, you would use half of what they would call for that fresh spice in your recipe.
Okay.
So we went ahead, put in our spices. It just asked us to stir this until it was combined. And it looks like the seasoning is all nice and lovely in there. The next thing we're gonna go ahead and grab the vegetable stock. It called for 4 cups of vegetable stock. If you don't know ounces and things, 32 ounces is 4 cups. So that's why I just kept it right into this vessel. No sense in making more dishes for ourselves.
And we think, Miss Dory does it. She's one.
Well, I thank Ms. Dory for coming and putting them away. Ms. Dory, if you don't want to do it this week, I'm here Saturday for Serve Safe and I can handle it.
Oh, I'll do it.
Okay, so we added our broth and 2 cans of chickpeas. I did already drain and rinse our chickpeas. The recipe did not specifically call for that. Again, I have told you guys it's a personal preference when it comes to your canned beans, whether you want to drain it or not. Obviously would not make you sick, otherwise it would not be in the product.
Would it make a difference though if you drain them?
I drained my beans when I made my soup.
It does give you a little more liquid.
Oh,
so to speak, but for a soup, I don't think a little more liquid would do any harm. So we are going to bring that to a boil, reduce heat, cover, and allow to simmer for about 30 minutes. Probably on this stove, once it does come to a boil, we're probably looking at about 15 minutes. This recipe did call for 3 cans of chickpeas. 2 of them went straight into the pot. One of them I still have hanging out over here because it is going to get ground up in our food processor. It is what's going to help thicken our soup a little bit. So while we're waiting for the cooking process and stuff, I'm going to go ahead and just get those chickpeas ground up because I know that they have to be done.
All right.
Make sure whenever you're working with food.
I got one for my birthday. No, you didn't. No,
I lost a few peas there, but all good.
So I don't know how to work it yet.
Okay.
A food processor?
Oh.
Is that what
Yeah.
you're talking about?
Yeah, I got one for my birthday.
Okay.
For my
Some
son.
food processors, when you put the bowl on, you have to twist them to lock them in place. A lot of them have safety mechanisms to tell it it's ready to go, so that you don't injure yourself, so you don't accidentally engage the processor before you're ready. So
What's the difference between a food processor and a blender?
Yeah.
Mine came with my
$20.
blender.
Like $20.
I don't know if I know that answer. Besides different sizes and
Google it.
vessels, and
Yeah.
I don't know if one blade is sharper than the other.
It's probably easier to clean the food processor
Yeah.
than.
That I went to grab the blender to do the chickpeas, and I was like, oh wait, we have a food processor, so I did not grab the blender to do the chickpeas. In my world, I found they kind of do the same thing. A lot of people will use a blender if you're making a beverage sort of thing, and a food processor more for food items. But if you don't have a food processor in your kitchen, you could definitely grind these chickpeas up with a blender. So I gotta figure out how this works. Oh, good. You just press down. So we're just gonna let them, yeah, not at all. We're just gonna let these hang out while we're waiting. And turn this up just a little bit to get it to that boil state that we're looking for. Find my lid.
Is that 1 can?
Yes, this is 1 can. 2
Ooh, that's a
cans
lot.
already went into the pot.
Okay. Looks like
Yep.
a lot, yeah.
Our cans are usually 10.5 ounces or 15.5 ounces. Small cans of soup are 10.5. So we're just patiently waiting for this to boil. We are going to need citrus fruit today, and we can go ahead and get that ready. In past classes, I have told you guys the trick to citrus fruit. Put it in the microwave to help soften up the fruit. To get more juice out of it. Plus that kind of activates the oils in your citrus fruit to give you more flavor, I guess are the words I'm looking for. So we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna just do a minute and see where that gets us.
Smells good.
Same with all fruits, you can do like the oranges, all that, you just put it in.
Yeah, all citrus.
It's better for the juice.
Yeah, it's for the better, gives you more juice out of your fruit. Yep, I don't know if you'd ever want to juice a grapefruit.
Probably not.
Not for cooking, but maybe you enjoy grapefruit juice yourself at home. Same trick. I mean, of course, you'd probably want to then refrigerate it to get it cold or put it over ice or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it works with any citrus fruit. All right.
Yeah, so your Hankins going to teach you Greek class.
I saw it, he was on Facebook.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be on the 26th of
25th.
Right.
March.
I don't know which library.
And it's gonna be the library, yeah.
Yeah.
They feel fairly soft. You will see when I push on them, you can tell that they have softened. I'm not going to cut them into them yet because I'm just going to juice them as I need them. But we are starting to boil, so we are going to go ahead and turn our pot down a little bit to a simmer.
Yeah.
Here it is.
I just wanna see.
Yeah, me too.
And go ahead and put our lid on and let it hang out and cook for a little bit.
So functionally, what happens when you lid a pot?
It helps to hold in the heat and cook things quicker, so to speak. Sometimes you want a lid on a pot to prevent the steam from escaping and that sort of thing as well. But really, it's just holding in the heat and helping it maintain kind of a more level heat. And when the heat is inside, it's going to cook quicker. I guess sometimes I'm not so good with words and how to explain things, Tyler. Sometimes you're good with
sense.
questions that make me feel like I know the concept, but I don't know how to articulate that concept to you.
Plus it saves cleanup, the splatters and stuff.
Yes, we were making tomato sauce
Yeah.
in class today. And on the same stove, we were making clarified butter, and one of the clarified butters had to go because their tomato sauce had splattered all in it. And I was like, guys, we've got to be mindful. If you're going to do something, you need to put like your tomato sauce here and your clarified butter there so that you're not cross-contaminating and that sort of thing in your pot. But yeah, it definitely, it's got a nice little bubble here. I think the idea of this is just to cook it long enough so that our veggies are soft. It says 30 minutes, but it doesn't tell you what you're looking for after those 30 minutes. So I just want to let you guys know.
Chickpeas gonna be hard, or are they gonna be soft?
No,
too?
canned chickpeas are pretty soft.
Oh, okay.
When you cook them, I guess is,
Right.
they have, I don't know, the texture is kind of almost like once you grind them up like garlic, so to speak. So they are soft. They're not like in their true state when they grow. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know that I've ever seen a raw chickpea, so to speak, that hasn't been processed in some way beforehand. So, or is that what edamame is? No, that's a different thing. I don't know. Sorry. My brain's trying to work over here, and I'm like, I'm not sure. I don't remember.
Yeah, at least yours works. Sometimes mine don't.
Oh, believe me, today in class, my second years, we were working on eggs.
Oh,
So sunny side up, over easy, poached, hard boiled, and soft boiled. But every time I tried to say an egg, I said the wrong egg. And I'm like, no, I mean this one. No, I mean that one. I was like, I'm sorry, guys. Sometimes when I'm talking my brain, I know what I'm trying to say, but my brain just spits out the wrong words for me.
Oh.
All right, and then you will want to stir this once in a while so that none of your items are sitting on the bottom of your pot burning.
I don't know if David would try this or not.
What do you think you would want?
I'll have to show it. See.
Let him read it. And see if he
Yeah.
reads it. Because there's really no meats or anything.
No.
So it's just all veggies.
Yeah, you came to a plant-based
Big
class
well,
today.
plant-based, that's right.
Well, this is like the type of recipe that there's not like a meat substitute. There's no like meat.
I mean,
that's
you could
specific.
throw chicken or something in here.
Right,
I mean, you
but
could
the
definitely.
recipe feels complete as it is. It
Yes.
doesn't feel like it's
Yes, the
missing
beans
Right,
are your
just like the
protein,
mushroom.
your hardiness. Yeah, and there are, like you said
Right.
before we started, it's kind of like a Tuscan sort of feel to the soup. So, did we do a Tuscan soup? Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
Tuscan chicken
Yeah,
soup.
I was like, I haven't been doing this long, but I like my students asked me the other day, did we do something already this year? And I was like, I can't remember. I teach you guys so much stuff, and from year to year, I can't remember if your group got to make chocolate chip cookies or not yet, you know, because like when we're preparing for events, different groups will be working on different things. So sometimes I forget whether you had a chance to make the cookies and you did this or that. I can't say my memory is that great when it comes to those sort of things. So
Do they come for different organizations? Do you say like events and stuff?
yeah, so we are available for hire. We actually did a catering event here.
Yeah, I remember. that, yeah.
So
For lunch that one
we
day.
are inspected, health department, all that sort of stuff. So sometimes we hold our own events. Like we do a big Friendsgiving event as a fundraiser. We do, the Rotary Club comes once a month for a luncheon. We're actually going to do a big event, probably the biggest one my kids have done. Meals on Wheels is doing an event for their volunteers at the FOP, and they asked us to do the cooking for them. So we are going to do an event over there for them. It's going to be fairly simple, a pasta buffet, so nothing too extreme or anything the kids haven't done before, but it's so much fun to get them out into the community, into different kitchens, learning things and whatnot. So
And they do pay you.
yes, we do charge. We do probably charge less than what a
Right.
normal organization does because the kids are learning.
Sure.
I mean, not that the products aren't yummy and turn out
Right.
amazing, but
They
what
buy their supplies.
Sure,
yeah, that's how we keep our budget going for our classes, by having different events and stuff. And it gives the kids the real world industry experience, because you can teach them in a kitchen, but until they actually see the service of the guest and setting up buffets and clearing plates from tables and setting tables for events and all that sort of stuff ties into our class. So I try to give them as many experiences. Usually we're probably at least 1 or 2 events a month.
Are you going to be at Patrick's Grill this year or no?
No.
Because my daughter-in-law kept looking for it.
Unfortunately, Miss Julie moved on to I keep calling it St. Franciscan. St. Anthony. She is the food service director over there. And I just was not able to make contact with anybody over at Patrick's this year. We would have loved to. We are looking into maybe changing that event over to Long Beach Country Club.
Oh, okay.
That's where I lived my whole life as a chef before I started this job, and I would have a lot of member support if we were able to hold an event at their facility. So yeah, we just didn't get to that one this
I'll
year.
let her know because she
Yeah.
was wondering. She kept looking at it. I wanted to do that.
And she finally found our Facebook, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know the last one time we were talking, she said, "Oh, you guys have a page?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course we do." I last year just got access to it. My first year and a half as a teacher, I didn't have access to our Facebook page, but now I do have that access. So, all right, I want to say we've been going about 15 minutes-ish. I'm going to go at least another 5 before I taste those veggies to see if we're getting close to what we're looking for or not.
And then that's when you put the lemon in when it's ready?
Yeah, so at the end, you add the
Chapstick.
the chapped
Oh,
spinach. I was trying to say chopped
Yeah.
spinach. And
Oh, and
first you would add these garbanzo beans. Then you add your citrus fruit and your chopped spinach. Just stir it up and then it's good.
I bet that
So
has a good flavor to
yeah, so that's why I was telling you, spinach kind of, especially going into a hot liquid, cooks like that. So you don't want to put it in any sooner. Yeah, kale does kind of the same thing. Most leafy greens you will find are water. Their base is water. If you were to saute the spinach, you'd probably have like a tablespoon left, even though this is a cup of spinach, because of all the juices that will leave the spinach in the process of that. So, I could probably just juice these lemons right in here because we're getting close to time. Again, if you have sensitive hands, look at the difference
Nice.
of doing that compared to what you would do. Of course, you want to make sure your seeds are not in there. That one.
Is that just for like a texture reason, or are you actually not supposed to ingest lemon seeds?
I think it's just for a texture reason. I don't know. Most fruits you can consume.
Yeah.
Most part. Again, if you needed to zest these lemons, you can eat the zest of a citrus fruit. I think it's just more of a texture thing. These would not get soft in any way because we're adding it at the end. And I don't think they're going to feel good on your teeth when you go to bite into the soup if you have lemon seeds in
Not
there.
super fun to chew.
Yeah, no, I don't recommend it. Ooh, this last lemons, had no seeds. These have a ton of seeds. But I guess that's good that they have seeds. Maybe they are real, so to speak, and not GMO'd. I'm going to try to squeeze this a little sideways to keep those seeds in there. That worked a little bit better.
You said you made that soup too? Justin?
Yeah.
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 Did you have extra left? Oh, you said no, you
I give a lot away.
Yeah, I ended up giving a lot. So
Yeah.
I didn't have enough to give her. I wanted to let her try it, but my daughter, they didn't have dinner or nothing, and my son-in-law calls me, Audrey, that food soup was delicious.
And he is a good chef too.
Yeah, oh man, can he
This man
cook.
can do anything, so that is a real compliment, for him to say, oh, that is really good.
Right.
Well, my mother-in-law didn't like it because she got cancer, so she got, her tongue is all messed up, the iron and stuff. I mean,
Oh.
it's like cardboard.
Yeah, as I was telling them before you
Don't
guys
think-
arrived, with soups, you can always freeze them. Put them in a
Right.
Ziploc bag, put them flat in your freezer, pull them out a little, like the night before you want to use them. If you have a cream-based soup, you will notice that it kind of separates. It looks a little weird, but once you put it in the pot, it will bring itself back together. So always freeze soups if you have leftover.
Yeah, that's the only thing I did, because I was gonna buy a big thing of celery for 2 people. I'm not a celery person, except for in soup.
I was going to say, Miss Dory, a lot like Walmart have small amounts of pre-diced celery and
Oh, no, I
onions
didn't
and
know
things
that.
like that for
Oh,
convenience. I
okay.
know Al's carries them. So if you
Okay.
if you don't want to buy a bunch of celery, you could buy one of those small containers of pre-diced
Alright.
so that you could still have the ingredients. Because that's part of my problem here. We buy a bunch of celery, so
Right.
now I'm
Yes.
looking for recipes for the next week with celery because I don't like to waste things either.
Yeah, Kroger used to, and I don't know if they still do.
I haven't been to Kroger in years.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, you have to drive to the port to get there, but anyway, they used to have, you could buy them, a stock at a time.
Oh,
Yeah, they had them all separated in one little section, so you didn't have to buy the whole big bunch.
Oh, wow.
You just bought whatever you wanted.
That's neat.
And again, I haven't been there in a while, so I don't know if they're
Come
still
on.
doing it or not, but I loved it. I'd go in, one stock of salad, all I wanted, so. And I think that's why I don't do a lot of stuff, because I'm not buying all that just for me, and I don't wanna waste it,
Right.
so. That's why I
forgive me
go-
while I finish chewing.
Is it too hot?
It was a little hot.
Yeah, I bet.
So it is to the point where we want it to be. Our veggies are soft, our chickpeas are soft. So our next step is adding our ground up chickpeas. And this will help give you a little bit thickness to your soup. You also had another option if you did not want to use a food processor and you have a stick blender at home. You could go ahead and put all 3 cans of chickpeas in and take your stick blender and just give it a few pulses to help chop some of those chickpeas up. Are you guys hummus lovers?
I am.
Are you?
I really like
hummus.
weird hummus. Like
I love-
hummus plus
Which
spicy
kind?
stuff.
I love roasted red pepper hummus.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
my favorite.
that I love
But
that
I don't
one.
care for the lemon one.
I don't think I've had that one.
Yeah, they had it at one of the schools, and I tried some. More.
All right, so we're gonna heat this just a little bit to get those chickpeas that we put in up to a good safe temperature for us. So we're just gonna let that heat just a little longer. I'm gonna put the lid on, and then we will be ready to add our lemon juice and our spinach. While I'm waiting,
I had a hummus one time.
yeah,
that
my
had
soup bowls are
wasabi
over
in it,
there.
Well, that's good.
And it was,
Oh.
I thought it was gonna be terrible because I actually totally hate wasabi.
Yeah, wasabi is,
It's like the worst
Oh.
thing ever.
it is.
But this hummus was really good. It must have had like a very small amount of wasabi because it actually tasted good and it was
Okay.
quite spicy. It wasn't like overpowering. It was just
Um,
I do too.
Don't get wasabi powder in your eyes. One day when I was in the kitchen and I went to close the bag, I went to like suck the air out of it to re-zip the bag, and it all went up into my face and into my eyes. It was not fun. All right, so we are gonna go ahead and
Now, which hummus you want, the red?
The red pepper one she just mentioned.
Oh, okay.
there's jalapeno. There's so many different hummuses out there. But hummus isn't hard to make. It's literally like grounding up the chickpeas and adding whatever flavors you would like to see in your hummus. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead, stir
Very
in
healthy for you.
our lemon juice and our
I eat
spinach.
pretzels or eat different colored peppers like red, orange.
Okay,
I dip it in the hummus.
I like to, it's probably not the healthiest way to eat hummus, but I like to deep fry pitas.
Oh.
So kind of like what you would
Oh,
buy in the
okay.
grocery store in
Yeah.
those bags, but
Yeah.
I like to deep fry them myself and a little salt and pepper, and then with the hummus. That's my favorite way to eat hummus, but
Never
So, when you say deep fried, pretty much all of my kitchen experience is in like industrial, like fast food kitchens.
okay.
So when I think about deep frying something, I'm like, oh yeah, I've done that hundreds, thousands of times.
Okay.
So I take the thing and I
You
stick
put-
the thing.
yeah.
Here's the thing: how would I do that in my house? I don't have one of those machines.
Well, you can get it by one.
You can buy a
buy
tabletop
them.
deep
Oh,
fryer,
okay.
or you put a pot of oil on the stove.
Okay. And
And-
would I need like a basket to lower? Because that's like what it is in my mind.
No, you
Deep
would,
frying is, like, lowered in
Like a
Right.
slotted spoon, tongs, something that wouldn't melt in the grease.
Okay.
Yeah, you could definitely deep fry at home.
Oh, that's
Yeah, but yes, you definitely, there are different,
Skillet and fill it with grease.
all right.
Till it
yeah,
melts.
there's different ways
And
of
just
doing
fry
it.
And then throw your stuff in there.
Oh, this isn't one of
But I
our
put it
pretty
in a
bowls.
slotted-
Okay.
or a slotted spoon.
What do you
Scoop
need?
it out.
I need soup bowls, and they're in
Oh,
that
they're
cabinet. I thought this was one of the pretty bowls. I was gonna just put a little bit in for the camera's sake and say, look at our beautiful
I put them all in
soup.
here because
Yeah.
there was
Robert.
stuff in
His
there.
big
It's just enough to make me mad.
But I guess I'll just grab a small dish so I can present the soup for you guys and then move
We
on.
don't need those big ones.
No, I just.
No, there's some real shallow ones in there.
those are-
Yeah. So there is our
Well, this is an
Greek chickpea soup. Sorry, there's juice in there. I couldn't tilt it too much. So again, thank you for joining me for my plant-based class, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.